Bowman Live. Welcome to the conversation. Welcome to the program. I want to get right down to this story. Deliverance Evangelistic Church, founded over 50 years ago by the late founder, Bowman Smith Sr., they are building housing for seniors, according to an article in the Philadelphia Tribune by the staff writer, Sherry Stone. Let's talk about this article. Let's talk about the project. The article headline reads, North Church seeks to build housing for seniors. Deliverance Evangelistic Church to turn abandoned factory in North Philadelphia into affordable housing. A new four-story senior apartment complex with 56 units, elevators, and community room for special events is in the planning stages for a nearby vacant factory owned by the Deliverance Evangelistic Church in North Philadelphia. This week, good to see you too. This week, the church located at 20th and Lehigh held a community meeting to discuss plans for the development of what would be called the Deliverance Gardens apartment, which will be located at 21st and Clearfield Street starting in late 2027 or early 2028. Architect Nancy Bastian, Deliverance's pastor, the Reverend Glenn Spalding, and Dot Newton of the Deliverance Community Development Corporation are spearheading the project. Quote, we have been working with the property purchase under former pastor, the Reverend Benjamin Smith, who was the founder of Deliverance Evangelistic Church. So they're working on getting it done. For a number of years, something done, Spalding said, I think that we have the right folks who can get something done and give us the outcome that we desire. Justin Kaplan, Director of Development for Odin Properties, said the firm will turn the property into an energy-efficient senior housing center with 19 parking spaces. The apartments will be for qualified seniors aged 62 and older who fall below 50% of the area median income. He said residents will be required to pay about 30% of their household income for rent. The 21st and Clearfield building is an old hook and eye factory that had been vacant for decades, according to Bastian. It has 14-foot tall ceilings and massive windows and large concrete columns. The new bedroom units will be larger than usual with a lot of amenity spaces. The building has a lot of square footage. The first floor will be 4 feet off the ground, and there will be a ramp to allow seniors to access the building off the parking lot outside. We will put in 2 new elevators. The building will have all new finishes, a new interior, and new plumbing. Each floor will have a laundry room. Most units will be 1-bedroom apartments, and at least 7 will be 2-bedroom units. 9 units will be handicap accessible. Bastian said Deliverance Gardens will be designed to enable senior residents to age in place safely and comfortably. It will have tall windows and loft-like apartments and will be an incredible place for people to live, he said. Actually, this segment right here is the beginning of a new segment totally dedicated to Philadelphia and Philadelphia news. All right, so I'm going to be talking a lot about Philadelphia and Philadelphia news because they don't get national press. People don't know what's going on in the city. Well, I'm the one that's going to be keeping them informed. So the project, however, is still in planning stages, and Deliverance Evangelistic Church is still applying for permits, as well as funding from the Philadelphia Housing Authority and the Department of Housing and Urban Development, the Commonwealth and City of Philadelphia. Spalding told the Philadelphia Tribune that the church's CDC already has a promise of support from State Senator Sharif Street and from City Council member Cindy Bass. The two have committed to approving $2 million for the Deliverance Garden Senior Apartments, Spalding said. Spalding said the church has also been in touch with Governor Josh Shapiro and has spoken with Mayor Sherrell Parker regarding the project. The property would be managed by Odin Properties, which currently oversees the Frankfurt Lofts in Philadelphia, as well as the Gerard Court portfolio, Haggard Lofts, and the Willow Apartments at Folk Road. Once funding is in place and construction begins in 2027 or 2028, the project could take another 2 to 3 years to complete. Once completed, they meant to say, Deliverance Gardens will have 11 apartments on the first floor, 15 on the second floor, and another 15 units on the third floor of the building. Each floor will have 2 washers and 2 dryers and 2 folding tables, and there will be a trash chute on each floor. The average bedroom will be roughly 740 to 790 square feet, larger than the standard 610 square feet apartment, according to Bastian, and will have soundproof walls. In terms of security, the building will have secured access and with a parking gate. There will be an extensive camera system for security, and there will be an intercom in each unit to allow visitors to enter. Each unit will have its own heating and cooling unit, central air, and a hot water heater and electric stoves. Wow. Utilities will be factored into rent, and pets will be restricted to one side of the building. Several units will be set aside for referrals from the Office of Supportive Housing to the City of Philadelphia. Deliverance Gardens will also have an on-site social worker who will be available to provide social services, answer questions, and assist with personal issues. This is not the first time the North Philadelphia congregation has changed the face of the neighborhood. The church moved from the Deliverance Evangelistic Church, moved from Broad Street and constructed its massive sanctuary on the old site of the old Connie Mack Stadium under the founding pastor, Benjamin Smith Sr., in the area now known as Allegheny West. In 1980, the church purchased the historic site as well as a vacant lot across the street. Deliverance Evangelistic Church is responsible for building the shopping center, christened Hope Plaza, home to the McDonald's, a Save-A-Lot, supermarket, and many other businesses. It will cost millions to get this done, and it will take a lot of work, Pastor Spalding said. It's a step-by-step process. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. All right, the one and only. All right, Compop, One Bad Dude, thank you for watching tonight. Listen, y'all, got to get ready for my radio program, Gospel Legacies. We'll also be live at 9 p.m. with Gospel Legacies. I'll be interviewing and talking with writer, composers, a ton of grant money. Yeah, you're right. I agree. It's a massive undertaking. It's not just going to happen overnight. All right, never surrender, never quit.